Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you Collector Crypt. This is a project I recently found out actually when looking for yield farming opportunities on Solana. The token has been doing extremely well. They launched the TGE in late August, so the liquidity pool here opened on Radium on August the 29th, and since then the token basically just goes up. So initially there was this 1000% upside rally, then there was some more volatility up and down, which actually was a very profitable way to yield farm on. This has been generating a ton of volume, overall with a 45-50% range. Really good option. I didn't get in at the very early stages. Actually, when it comes to yield farming, I got in at around this point. So not long ago, it was just before this past weekend, but still the project keeps on testing all-time highs and setting new all-time highs. Right now we are retracing a little bit since the last one, which was a bit short of $38, or maybe, well, not dollars, cents of a dollar per token, but did it even reach 39? I don't think it did, but in any case, I think there's a lot of upside potential for this one. Regardless, you know the drill, this is not financial advice. Actually, I rarely post videos here in my channel about tokens and everything, but the ones that I find out, and I think they have a lot of utility behind it, strong fundamentals, and there's actually real interest behind, I'm gonna bring on the channel and share. Collector Crypt is one of those. So what is Collector Crypt all about? Very simply put, it's like Fort Knox, but with a marketplace. Collector brings real-world collectibles into the 21st century. Vault your physical collectibles securely, trade them with others, and even collateralize your asset for loans. So the platform offers very interesting possibilities. If you are familiar with the billion-dollar market, which is trading cards game, it's huge business all over the world, right? You know that there are cards who are easily into the thousands of dollars, if not more. But it's also very interesting that these can be used to potentially collateralize your assets for loans. So it's very cool, especially if you are an owner of some of these collections of the cards. You can actually not necessarily put them on the market for sale, but use this marketplace and potentially even get loans depending on the value of your collection. So this is a very interesting potential for Collector Crypto, to say the least. And the way it works, it's very simple. So let me share that with you. Basically 3 simple steps. You send your cards to their secured vaults where they are stored and insured, storing them in a safe environment. So this addresses the issue of storing all the physical cards, right? Then on that vault, cards are authenticated, scanned, and linked to your profile or wallet. You can then buy, sell, and transfer cards securely at a fraction of competitors' prices. As simple as that. Even if you don't have cards, they have their own marketplace where you can go on. We'll check that a bit later on in the video, but you can go on and buy and sell cards. You can even burn the NFTs of the cards, and when you do that, you'll receive the cards in your address. So this is a bit about the team. You can click each of the members of the team just to flip the card and read a little bit about their background. This is Tom Holmberg. I hope I didn't butcher his name, but he's the CEO behind it. I watched a YouTube video where he was just basically telling what he's doing with the product. He's a guy who has been in crypto since the early days, so he even mined Bitcoin, etc. So I was just doing some research about the token and the team behind, and he shows up in a couple of videos online. If you want to go check it out on YouTube, I think it's pretty easy for you to find those. But he shows up, he's doxed. From those videos I also get to see that he is very knowledgeable when it comes to the trading card space. And I'm doing the video because I do see a lot of utility behind this token. By the way, Collector Crypto, this is on Solana, right? But there are others in other blockchains. There's also on Base that I know of, and probably in other blockchains as well. So this is also showing their advisors currently. Our advisory team has been carefully selected for their superpowers, which include fundraising, community building, and ecosystem development, strategic vision, and passions for physical and digital collectibles. They're inventors, entrepreneurs, CEOs, memers, and dreamers. But actually, let's just launch the app because I want to show you how everything works and about the market, all of that. So you can even log in with your social media profile using Google, for example, or you can log in using a crypto wallet. If you log in using your social media profile, it will actually generate a wallet for you. Okay, so have that in mind. So if you already have a Solana supporting wallet, probably you will already log in with the wallet just to start interacting with the markets. I'm gonna go with Phantom. I'm just gonna go ahead and unlock it. Connect. Let's continue without ledger, sign in. Okay, it's confirmed. So let's see what about the market has to offer. So you have plenty of cards here, okay? There's cards, sealed, if you're looking to buy stuff which is still in mint condition. Of course, you want to go with sealed. And then there's merch. Not really sure about what merch is. It's saying something here about moonbirds. But in any case, let's go with cards. Cards can go from whatever big brands like Magic, Pokemon, maybe Yu-Gi-Oh even. Probably even sports cards are being listed here. So let's go here in the filters category, see what type of categories there are. So yeah, vibes, hockey, racing, soccer, Pokemon, which is the biggest one, unsurprisingly, One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh, basketball. So yeah, they do have sports, boxing and MMA, Magic, The Gathering. So if it is a collectible card game, it's basically shown here. They probably also have from Lord of the Rings, although I don't find it here under categories, but likely they will also have those. So for example, let me just filter out by soccer. Actually, this is a company that is based on the US. So soccer, it's not a big sport there, but also actually hockey is, and they also have only 4 cards. In any case, so you can see the biggest markets here are definitely Pokemon with over 17,000 cards already listed, and all of the cards here, they have a physical version. So these are the cards in the vaults, alright? So you can definitely browse through, see whatever cards you're looking for. You can search by name, different types of filters, right? The price is already shown here under some cards. Most of them here right now are just showcasing the price in USDC. You can even interact with a random card and go and make an offer. You don't necessarily need to buy with the agreed value for asking price. You can use the make an offer button and just try your luck with that if you don't agree with the price of the listing, right? So everything here is recorded on chain. All the activity that regards this same card. It's cool that once we hover with the mouse button on top of the card will flip, so you can see the front and back of the card, right? So this one saw quite a lot of activity this year only. So this is when it was sent to the vault, right? So it has been listed quite a few times with different prices. There was a bid, so you can track the whole activity about each card. If you want to deposit cards, so let's say if you have a collection, you want to interact with the market, you can deploy them here with the deposit cards button. So in my case, I haven't inputted my email, but you need to do that because they will then need to contact you when your collectibles are ready. So once they scan it, when they're minted, and because of that, you need to go to your account and do input all of this: username, email, your phone number, bio, Twitter handle, personal site, shipment address, all of those things, okay? But let's go back here. So actually, when you buy a card, you'll see that there's this burn icon here. This is also for when you want to receive the card physically. So when you buy a card here, it goes to your wallet. So you will be the owner of the card itself, right? Everything is registered on chain. But as we saw already with the previous card, all of that activity, buying, selling, listing, all of this is tracked on chain, and you can see the addresses that interacted with it. So in this case, the card has been minted, then it was listed by the owner, and then at some point there was a bid from this wallet, right? They didn't reach an agreement because the listing here still happened under this wallet address, and then there was another offer, another bid from this different wallet which bought it actually, and that's why you see the listing here under its name, right? So if you're completely new to crypto and on-chain transactions, basically that's what's happened. But let's say you buy a random card, right? You are now the owner. If you want to receive that card in your home, just how it shows up here within this plastic shell case to keep it in pristine condition, all of those things, you'll get the card in your house. But to do that, you'll need to burn it. So depending on how many cards you own, it will show up here. The icon, it will light up, and then you can burn the cards, pay the shipping costs, and then they will send it to your address, right? So essentially, this is how the whole marketplace works. Then there's gacha. Gacha is a place where you want to go if you want just to have the experience of buying and open packs. Right now it's not functioning. Machine is down for maintenance, but they do have their own Discord. If you go there, you'll be informed about any updates when the machine is back on, etc. There's a standard price for every pack that you buy here with the machine, but what you get is kind of random. You can get really lucky and have something that is above the price that you paid for using the machine, or you can get something which is worth less than that. But on average, from what I saw from the interviews of the CEO, actually it's going to be always profitable for the people who are using the machine, because on average you'll get something which is worth more than what you are paying, right? So it's just a matter of keep using the machine, and you see there's even free packs. So as you open, these points will accumulate and you'll get at some point the opportunity to open packs for free. This is to incentivize people using the machine, right? So these are the statistics. Commons starting at $30 market value, it can go up to $60. 80% chance of you drawing a common when using the gacha machine. You can get an uncommon with a market price in between $60 to $110 and 15% chance of getting one of those. Rare, it's 4% chance. An epic 1% chance. These are the recent openings, so very cool. Looking at their X page, right now they're over 73,000 followers. This has been growing by the day actually, and the fact that the token just went live on Radium, it brought necessarily more eyes, more attention into it. So you see, this is from January the 3rd. Back then, in the beginning of this year, the gacha machine was already fully functional. $50 USDC per pull, random tokenized Pokemon cards with prices ranging from 30 to over 2,000 in value. And actually this project already had an airdrop. So if you have been lucky enough to be using this since the get-go, just by using the platform and pulling these machines, buying and selling cards there, you likely got an airdrop for it. So basically this is still in its very early stages still, although it has been operating for a while. You can see they only have a total amount of cards in the vaults of over 31,000. If you are in this type of business, you know 31,000 cards is not even scratching the surface. I expect this to grow over time, and if you look at the chart of the token, actually this is still very recent, yeah, but from what I saw the CEO talking about it, they just plan to use the generated fees of the protocol to do buybacks of the token. So although this is still very recent, only time will tell, right? But it's very promising, and this is RWA meeting blockchain technology, right? So it's definitely a very promising one in my opinion. Recently launched, so there's a lot of upside potential. So yeah, this is the CEO. You might even want to watch the whole videos to see for yourself if you think that this is the right thing for you to put your money on or not. So guys, basically that's what I wanted to share with you. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. If you enjoy this type of content, like and subscribe for more. Most of my content is mostly directed to yield farming, how to use crypto for complete beginners, and even off-ramping solutions for us to cash out our crypto profits into the real world, because that's the whole point of crypto, right? Probably the best opportunity in history to make life-changing money. And yeah, so if you enjoyed those type of things and you're new to the channel, like and subscribe for more of this type of content, guys. I'm going to wrap this one up. As always, take care, keep exploring crypto. I'll see you on the next one.